So we're envisioning some exciting new ways for players to analyze and leverage gameplay data, including tools that will be integrated directly within the Stormgate game client. We don't expect these to be ready until after the launch of early access, but we're already starting the planning process, and we hope to build both free and paid tiers of learning tools. This is for Stormgate, of course, and Frost Giant is removing Community Data API. What does API stand for? Is it like access point of integration? Yeah, exactly. That's what it stands for. Application Programming Interface. It's a functionality that developers build into their game or otherwise that allows people to simply obtain useful information, right? So they are building it, it costs money to maintain, it costs money to develop, and then the community can use it for information tools, such as if we, for instance, watch, let's see. Okay, so if you look at this, at the top of the screen, Lucifron, rank 2, 111 wins. Mana, rank 8, 100 wins. This is because of Stormgate World, right? I think it is. This kind of data can be pulled out of the API. So that's really nice when that is possible. And the community set this up, and it makes the game better. It makes the ecosystem of the game better because it's more fun to play with it. It's more fun to stream with it. It makes it more visible for people. Now I'm thinking about this first paragraph. They're gonna have paid and free tier of information and learning tools. I just did this video. 10 things that Stormgate should copy from Dota 2. And I mentioned, among other things, some great client features, including win rate graphs. I think there's a lot of value in win rate graphs, like the green graph, that says how likely was the team to win at any point in the game. And this is actually a Dota Plus functionality that I pay for monthly. Oh, reminds me, I have to probably cancel that subscription now. But you pay for that monthly or yearly. And having that be a paid tool, I think is an okay thing. And it's a prerogative for a developer to do so. There's two major differences with Valve and with Frost Giant. Of course, there's a lot of differences. Valve is a lot richer. They have a lot more funds. They don't need it. They could like not charge for it and they would still be fine, right? Doesn't mean that they don't want to not charge. They don't want to make it free, but like there's probably differences in need. But I don't think need is a powerful motivator for why a client, like a customer, a gamer should be happy with the service. So the reason we like it, how Valve is doing it, is because it's integrated, it's high quality, it's readily available in the client, right? And so people usually make these overlays when it is not yet there. And they were able to do so with the API, apparently, that Frost Giant has delivered. But Valve also has an API that they offer to people. People could be doing this outside of the game by aggregating everyone's uploads of replays, by looking at all the different data and all the different stats. They could already be doing the same thing. However, people are still paying for it because Valve already delivered it. And this is what Gabe understood when he said, and it's not quite the same, but it's a bit the same, when he said pirating is a pipeline issue. Rough paraphrase. The reason people pirate games is because the service is not good enough. It's too difficult to get the game, or maybe the price isn't right, and people will pay for things when it's convenient and serviceable enough, etc. So that's what Dota Plus is. It's a matter of convenience. So that's the matter of Dota Plus. It's like it's convenient and it's good. I guess that makes this a little different because they say they're removing it now, but they'll come up with an alternative in half a year from now. Now, I'm not streaming a lot of Stormgate. In fact, I haven't streamed Stormgate in quite a bit. But if I was full-time maining Stormgate streaming now, I would be very irked that the stats overlay has gone away. In fact, Warcraft stats overlay is not working for me anymore, W3 booster. And it is quite a loss in functionality and customer friendliness, customers being my viewers, right? So it's a pity if it goes away and doesn't come back yet. I understand and respect the need to make a paid service, and maybe they can make something really nice. But I think it'd be better if they turned it off once they had their own version ready. So let's go on and read. This will change how much player data we make available externally. We still plan to continue to provide the 1v1 leaderboard for external sites to display. And we also still plan to provide data from major esports tournaments for analysis. Longer term, we also hope to provide machine learning datasets similar to what was provided during the DeepMind collab on SC2. We're excited to see what the community builds from contributing their replays to third-party aggregation sites. So what exactly is going to get shut down? They still allow the leaderboard to be read, so that means that this stats overlay is actually not going to go away then. That's not too bad then. I guess I'm not exactly sure what is being shut down. The developers of Stormgate World are valued partners for Frost Giant, and their ingenuity in creating their data API has been outstanding. We're grateful for the early support of Stormgate and our community in order to move forward with our planning around data, including in-game integration. The data from future play periods will not be available through that API. The data from future play periods will not be available anymore. So Stormgate World will continue to provide players with access to the 1v1 leaderboard, as well as serve as a great destination for Stormgate news and content. Sites like Dotabuff and similar are what still need API. Yes. We look forward to sharing more of our plans around gameplay data and learning tools as development gets further along. For now, if any current devs using data would like to discuss how your own projects might evolve with us, reach out to us. I'm not sure what is not... I would like to talk maybe to Stormgate World, because I'm not sure what part won't be available anymore. Will the stats overlay still be available? And how else is it going to impact things? Maybe Reddit has some explanations, but I assume the comments are going to be more knee-jerk reaction without understanding it. And the same as me, if I don't understand it yet. But I don't leave a comment. Removing working functionality and replacing it with something better soon always works out well. I love being able to check my rank. This won't change. Yeah, this won't change. I read this comment, but I didn't read this. This is typical, right? Where they don't actually even read the post. They're just looking at the title. API is going to be removed. Oh, but it's not changing. Sounds like a mistake to me. I understand they're wanting to find more source of income. Can someone steelman their argument? What's steelman? Like make a strong argument for it? For them? Steelman, the opposite of strawman. So strawman is where you use an opposition argument to ridicule the point, and steelman is to make a strong point for the argument then. Yeah, okay, makes sense. I'm guessing they realized how important this data was to the community, and they want to discourage third parties to work on anymore because they want to have their own. Right. But it's not as POG for the coming up months. Because now, like, it's not super POG in general. Not POG news for Frost Giant, because even though they are the ones that made the decision, because several people that were interested in aggregating info from Stormgate will now not be able to have that choice anymore, which means less activity, and they need all the positive activity they can get right now. I sent you a link on Discord with the statement of Stormgate World people. Oh, thanks. Since March 11th, Frost Giant Studios no longer grants Stormgate World and the community API access to matches, win rates, and other useful data. The reason stated is Frost Giant is anticipating release of their own paid and free learning tool and doesn't want to report individual match outcomes externally. We are big proponents of having basic match data available to the community, but we respect their decision and look forward to the release of these tools post-early access, which again could take another 6 months. As a result, the following features will no longer be available. Global balanced stats and faction win rates. Oh. Player match history. We won't know how anime catgirls are going to do when they release as a third faction. Player match history, player win rates and statistics. Streamer overlay. Oh man. Okay, let's see. I loved being able to check my rank after each match. That won't change. Okay, so there will be a third-party leaderboard still available that shows people's rank and MMR gain, but there won't be an aggregated win rate and statistic overview, player match history, streamer overlay. They might just be cutting costs, Frost Giant, in order to try, because they've said that they can fund till early access release, but they may just be trying to cut costs as much as they can. S4, hey S4, saw the Dota end video, wish you the best in exploring new games. Thanks, man. You know, I quit Dota because you didn't coach me again, S4. I asked, I needed you. But you said let's wait until later, and now it's too late. Sorry, it's okay. As for, you were one of the greatest peeps I met. And the coaching was one of my favorite moments. The 1v1 leaderboard will likely remain available, but it is unclear if this would include win rates and ranking. While we're extremely disappointed, and consider this a step backward, this decision, we remain hopeful someday in the future the data may become available again. We encourage the community to make their voice heard. We want to thank the community for their support. It almost sounds like a goodbye. In the meantime, check out our other RTS projects, Age of Empires 4 World and Zero Space World, who have not shut off API access. Did you really even enjoy Stormgate? I enjoyed it a bit more than I thought I will when I was playing it last, Bratzer. But it doesn't have a pull on me where I feel like I need to keep playing at the moment. But the game is like not even completely done yet, right? No tier 3, no third faction. Client looks very work in progress. The audio sounds work in progress. Graphics look work in progress. It's very work in progress, and it needs a lot of imagination and an extreme focus on the gameplay itself, which was pretty good, I think. So I'm gonna definitely play it again. But I don't have an obsession to like become #1 on the beta boards. Got some other games I want to play right now. It's a wait and see. It's a wait and see. I do not think this is super good news, and I don't think it's super good PR for the game, but they must have felt like it's the best way forward for them, either to cut costs or to secure an important revenue source in the future. There could be a third reason, but I wouldn't know what it could possibly be. They must know that this is not going to be very positively received, so they must have felt it's really important to do. I don't fully understand it. If at all there was any alternative to shutting off API, I would imagine they should have liked to do that, because this is just going to hit like another bad news, I think.